Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Computer Wednesday, we're going to talk about Meta Ray-Ban display. Meta Ray-Ban display. So let's dive deep into it. So this is a Mark II product with very weird name. So idea is Meta Mark I glasses was basically Ray-Bans and Meta's collaboration, and they created a simple glass that had inputs, not output, like not visual output. So it had camera, so it can input mic, audio input, speaker output was there, but it had no screen. Basically, it was a music player. So that was just getting the ball rolling, because if you remember, long ago, Google tried like Google Glasses, and the problem was like people did not acknowledge it or accepted it. So this time they were like doing it brick by brick, so people to get used to this idea that your glasses has electronics into it and it can do things. So that's how it started. That was Mark I product, and apparently it was successful. So Mark II is the first time now they are adding display, and I'm pretty sure this was their original design, but most likely it was not ready yet or not to the level of perfection. They're like, okay, let's ease people into it. So that's why I think they named it display, no, rather than like Mark II. So this time they have display. Now the biggest upgrade they have, because we went for the same technology is available by other manufacturers also, is that surface electromyography band. This puppy, basically this band that you have to wear. Basically this guy went in simply went into the same philosophy which Steve Jobs had when the first iPhone was launched. If you watch that basically episode, you will find the same point. It's like, you have buttons, they're good, they're awesome, but like when you don't need them, they're always there. And okay, why don't we just use touchscreen? Be mindful, that time touchscreens used to exist, but everybody was using stylus to use that. That's his whole point. Is like, why do you need stylus to use touchscreen? Again, capacitive screen was also there. It's just that nobody puts so much effort into it to making sure that like you do not need anything else to use it. This guy understood the same concept. Is like, if you have a glass and if you have to pull out a remote, which was the early prototype had, or like how Apple VR glasses work, that's not gonna work. It has to be something invisible, like you do not notice. So what's the next best thing? Have something on your body that will be on your body all the time. A band. It could be a wristband. More and more people actually have smartwatches on their wrist, so it's not that big of a deal. Have this, and this will take care of the interview. You do not have to pull out a pen, you do not have to pull out a remote, you just have to have your hands. The end. So that's the biggest jump here. Be mindful, this exact light pipe technology, this exact everything you can buy from other manufacturers also. At least I think 3 or 4 manufacturers can do this. It's just that this thing is the unique selling point here. So now you have a invisible way, basically invisible input device, which are your hands. One hand. I don't think that does come with 2 bands, but 1 band. And price is high, but not stupid. It's $800. Now it's actually nowadays most people's primary smartphone is more expensive than $800, so it's not stupid. And I do have to say, I do not know who designed this. Either it was Ray-Ban team or Meta team, whoever designed the box for that watch. For that. Glasses really put some effort into it. Like, there are subtle things that you can do to make a device feel like somebody put effort into it. It does that. Like, just look into its unboxing and like how the system folds. It's like such a elegant solution where it's like somebody put some effort into it. Like, not just like, cheap folding structure. No, what if you put some effort into it? Like, it looks like you're supposed to do that. So this is the Mark II product they released. So I do expect it to be a bit expensive in India, 80,000 rupees. If it's lower than that, that's awesome. But I do not expect it to come into market very soon. It will take its sweet time. So what are they offering as in? It's a decent camera, let that be very clear. But the best way I can describe it is just like, imagine 2-3 years ago, your selfie camera, not primary camera. Primary cameras are nowadays huge with awesome lenses, compound lenses. So do not expect that level of horsepower. And they can do it, like you can still have it. It's just that it will not be discreet. So that was the compromise. So it's just like decent camera, not flagship level, but okay level, so to say. My apologies. So the level is okay there. Now, a new way of interacting other than smartwatch and phone. The idea is people wanted to keep their phone like, in your pocket and just like, out of sight, and use smartwatch to just like, do at a glance. That did not work out. That did not work out as people expected. It became a miniature smartphone. So this time they are doing a complete difference. What if it's actually a miniature device, but you do not have to pull it out? Like you have smartphone in your pocket, the end. You can do most quick things in here only directly. So that's the whole point. Hands free, you can just do things. And it has voice, it has touch, as in like you touch on the frame and all that. So those things are there. And then you have band, which reads movement. Basically this puppy figures out what you are doing with this, like are you rotating like this, are you rotating like this. Basically it has to have create a relative library format, as in it figures out whether you're rotating clockwise or anti-clockwise, so that controls the volume. And the most bizarre thing, like I have no idea who is their programmer, how the heck they figured out handwriting. Like genuinely, like how many people they tested it on before they're like, okay, we can actually do this. Even theoretically doing this is a bonkers idea. Like that's the most amazing part to me. It's like, okay, right and left, these are big electrical movements in your wrist, which I can understand. There are a lot of movements here when you are writing something. So how the heck wrist here is reading it? So that can work. And again, let that be clear. Let's just say this handwriting is not there. I do not expect it to be. But let's just say the normal zoom in, zoom out, pause, start, all of that. Doing that is a very unique way of doing it. And it's like somebody put some effort into it. And their hope is, what they were hoping in the live event, is that AI will take care of everything. And these inputs would be very, what you call, behind the scene. Like once in a while, you have to do that. So they just have to be okay enough. Does not need to be like, core focus, just need to be okay enough. But AI failed horrendously in their live stream, and I'm pretty sure they might have some interference issue with the band. Again, similar thing has happened with Nintendo Wii U. Even though that was the most successful console from Nintendo's, when they were doing the live demo, it did not work. So it's not shocking to me. It's like live demo did not work. It's like, yeah, it happens quite often. It happens. So how the heck they are getting the display? Now let this be very clear. The approach with this is like not to be in your face. That's the core point. They're not trying to be in your face. This is the display. This is the future. No. This is just a subtle thing. This is just a hint. It's just an add-on. So it's a right eye monocular HUD, as in like only one eye gets it. 600 pixel by 600 pixel. I'm like, wait a minute, that's a small. That's by design. They're not supposed to watch 4K movie into it. That's not the aim here. It's a very, what you call, subtle thing. Basically, you can read text, reply to text, have some normal HUD display. I think similar technology exists in your car, modern cars with heads-up display, so to say. So something simple, and it has a 20-degree field of view. So is that a lot? No, but that's by design. They are not designing it to be all encompassing. And what about the resolution? Well, resolution, when you're talking about something this close to your eye, you have to talk in a different unit. Rather than pixel per inch, you talk in basically pixel per degree. And they are saying 42 pixel per degree is genuinely good. Now, is it the industry leading? Almost. Like I have seen only research papers that have higher than that. So it is genuinely good. Now, somebody put some effort into it to make sure that you can use it outdoors. Like why you need high brightness in outdoors? Simply because when you're outdoor and it's bright sunlight, your eye is completely contracted, as in the lens is completely high numbers of aperture. Like it's very small. So you can't read into something that is like, very, what you call, dimly lit. It has to be bright so it can go through your lens. If it's not, it just will be unreadable. So they made sure it's 5000 nits, meaning even in broad sunlight, you can just read it. So that's good. Refresh rate goes from 30 to 90 hertz, although I do not think it runs at 90 hertz most of the time. It's there. It's just like if it's swiping some animation, because again, it is limited by battery. So they are like, okay, let's be reasonable here. So it has that sort of range, so to say. Now, it does have optical privacy, which again, that's the best aspect of it. Meaning no matter what you are doing, it's not visible from outside. Yeah, they are showing the images and all that, but it's not visible from outside. That means you can watch anything and nobody else would be affected by it. That's a good thing. And sorry. And the whole point of keeping it out of the center was by design. As in, if you keep it out of center, it's very easily dismissed, meaning your both eyes die. When your both eyes are focusing, you can easily ignore what data is being missed from your one eye, because it's only available in one eye. So one eye is completely clean. It's exactly how your eyes fill in the blanks of blind spots, so to say. Like there is a literal black spot in your eye where you do not see it. So they are utilizing the same point, meaning if you want to pay attention, you can see it. But if you want to ignore it, it will become a muscle memory to ignore it, and it will not affect you. That's a very good point. And basically that's the philosophy of it. They are not trying to be in your face. Like that's why, like this is the company, I think that is the supplier or something similar, like AR Epic 50. This is same technology, basically geometric waveguide expansion system. Basically you project into it and it expands exactly how it needs to. Let that be very clear. Making a small screen, we had this technology from 1990s. So why did not we had this? We do not know how to fold a light yet. Light folding is the most complex part, not a display. We had sorted display long ago. It's just that optics required to fold a light. Again, if you remember old handycams, they used to have a monoculars that were this small. That's the easy part. The hard part is how the heck you compact the light, fold the light so you can focus it. Because if it's here, you can't focus it. Your eye can't, like eye is not a macro lens. And you would not even want to. It will hurt your eye if you could focus. So inherently, light focusing is the most critical part, not the display or technology and all that. That we had it for long ago. So, and this company is trying something very clever. It's just that what if you are not comfortable? Ignore it. And inherently designed in such a way that it is very easy to ignore. So display is very clever. It's not in your face. And you can see even the waveguides that is bit visible. It's a very, very subtle. Oh, that very clear. No matter what somebody does, they cannot look what you're looking at. So you can have some naughty things running in metro also. Nobody would, unless you make sure you have headphones on. So what about UI and UX? And let that be clear. This is either makes a product or breaks a product. So they actually limited the scope, and you can see the people who are talking behind the scene of the engineers and all that, and they are very clever. We are not trying to make a device that does everything. They were banking too much on AI, but like the idea was, I think that was a good thing for them. They limited the scope, just like do bare minimum. What is the bare minimum? Have something that displays, have something that can listen to your voice, have something that can capture some photos, nothing much. Like don't expand it. Don't try to do everything in one device. And that was a very wise philosophy for their hardware. Because it's a very non-intrusive design. It's a very chill design. Even the sports one, you would think like it will be in your face, giant camera. No, it's very chill. Like you don't need to. Like just chill. That's a very unique thing. Basically, they are trying to make a secondary screen for your smartphone. And because you will have glasses on your all the time, you don't need to pull out your smartphone. It's a very, what you call, sly way of solving the problem. It's like, why would anybody buy this device? And why would they just do not pull out the device? So they are solving both part. Like it gives you second display. It's like, why not I just interrupt what I'm doing and pull out the smartphone? It's like, oh, that's the problem. I don't want to interrupt what I'm doing. So it really has that unique part. And their biggest bet is the wristband. Let that be very clear. I have a feeling that it could become big. How big? I can easily see this in next 2 to 3 years. Other companies trying to clone it. And if let's just assume worst case scenario, Meta does have some magical patent for that wristband. It will expire in 20 years. So after 20 years, everybody will have it anyway. So although I'm pretty sure more than enough engineers exist. They're like, oh, you did it. This is the patent. Let me Tokyo drift around it. You'd be shocked how quickly engineers figures out Tokyo drifting around it. So that will be the big thing. And limited app selection. They do not allow you to just use everything there. And is that a bad deal? You may think that, but no. That's actually a very good thing for them. Again, it's a dual-edged sword. You do not get the reliability and robustness of Google Maps, but because you have your own meta map, it can actually integrate with the display's limitation, the gyro data of all that. So that's a very clever, sandboxing it, meaning like you work in this, let's make sure that this works and then we expand. And again, making sure WhatsApp works with it. And you can easily notice this trend with folding phones. Folding phones, even now, most apps do not utilize the large screen and the folding aspect quite effectively. You would think most apps could be like, oh, it's just a laptop. Like once it's half folded, you can just no, it does not work that way. Like it's still not that optimum. You still do not have the ability to fully utilize large screen while being effective. Like the UI scales up. It's like, no, your UI is supposed to be small. It's like they did not do that. So having this makes sense. Again, same happened with Apple also. Like you can try to do everything, outcome would be nothing. So this limited scope, the faith they had on AI actually made the hardware good. They're like, don't try to do everything. That's a very good decision, because just as an device, just an auxiliary device is short up take money. And if the wristband really works for people, which again, every reviewer who physically got it, they're like, damn, this works. How damn it works is almost like playing a game, and after a few hours you do not need to look which keys to press, like your muscle memory. This is literally running on muscle memory. So that is a very wise gamble from their point. I'm pretty sure majority of the money would have went into this. I can guarantee you that. Everything else is like minor inconvenience. This wristband would be like, oh, we need DARPA level money. So what can we expect in the future? Well, here's the deal. The wristband, I have a very good feeling about that. Again, it may turn out to be useless. It may turn out to be like only a select group of people, which were the, like, I think 100,000 people who got the first testing, like the original test data. So I think people who are like them, they will have fun, but everybody outside will be like, bruh, it's not working. That could happen. But again, as of now, I have a feeling that having a wristband that does things, which again could be integrated with watch, could be integrated with smartwatch, I could see it working very well. Another aspect is adding eye tracking. That would also be a very useful add-on. Now, do Meta knows that? I'm guaranteed, damn sure that they know this. Heck, this is a eye tracking system in Canon mirrorless camera. So it's there. Technology is there. I'm pretty sure of that. Question is like, they're like, okay, let's trickle the technology, because again, they have to miniaturize the hell out of it and make sure it's energy efficient. So I think it's not miniaturized enough and definitely not energy efficient enough. So but that was our future has. So I can expect, like, let's say Mark 4, Mark 5 variant, they will have eye tracking. That would be really useful. Another technology, like, this is the biggest jump that I could see, going into light field projection system. Right now, projection is 2D projection. Okay, now you folded the light, you have a 2D screen. Somebody figured out, what if you had a 3D screen? It's like, okay, how would you have 3D screen? Right now, we think 3D screen is not 3D. Even if you have a 3D TV or 3D projector, what you actually have is just left and right. That's not how volumetric eye focusing works. You need hundreds of layers of that. So this company figures out, if you can create 30 slices of it, that's good enough. Like, that's good enough. Again, I'm pretty sure 30 is just right now. What if you had more slices? So because they have waveguide and because they are directly controlling how light goes into your eye, they're like, hey, what if I move the lenses? And ta-da, volumetric system. I have linked the video down below. So this is the biggest technological jump I have seen, because this time your eye can actually focus through things. As in, like, this is close by. Anything that you have physically close, it will look close. Anything far, it will look far in the VFX and all that. So it is magnificent technology. As in, like, the first time humanity will have true 3D technology, not just like, okay, I have 2D, that's not 3D because there is no volume. This has actual volume technology. So that's a very eye tracking and 3D volumetric display. Another aspect, AI needs time to cook. Let that be very clear. AI on device is like, we are very far away from that. So it needs time to basically cook, and ideally it will run locally on your smartphone. So for privacy reason, you do not like the idea, nobody should like the idea of having a glass that like streams 24/7 into 365. So I really want that, like, people to figure out how to have AI running on your smartphone. Another aspect is the display itself is not that big of a deal. You could have bought it a few months ago also. It's just that the user interface, that wristband, all of that is very big thing. Because why? It's almost making an iPhone moment where it makes other look clunky. And if you're like, okay, but the live stream was like, damn, it's like, that's exactly what happened with Nintendo and Wii U, sorry. I keep forgetting. Back in the days, I used to remember that. But again, that thing, it did not work on the live. So there is a lot of hope, especially with the 3D eye tracking. And again, if you can have a smartphone directly doing the AI crunching, that could be awesome. So this was my presentation on, like, what this device entails, the Meta Ray Ben display. What does it entail? Hopefully you have liked it, learned from it. In that case, please click the like button, share it amongst your friends. That will help me a lot. If you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike, press it twice to show me extra disappointment. Please leave a comment because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free, and as always, thanks for watching.